Hello, my name is Jaie Laplante. I'm the director of Miami-Dade College's Miami Film Festival. And I would like to give a big welcome to MDC's Kendall campus students who are joining us today for the presentation of Los Lobos, which is part of our Spanish Film Club collaboration with the Kendall students. And it's a great film. Los Lobos had its world premiere at a very prestigious film festival in 2019 in South Korea called the Busan Film Festival. It went on to play at many film festivals throughout the world, including having its North American premiere right here in Miami at the Miami Film Festival. It was quite an amazing screening. It happened to be the very last film that played at the festival before we had to close the festival for COVID in 2020. So it was a very emotional screening because of the film, but also because of what it represented. And the film has won numerous prizes throughout the world. It's had a big success, including winning the HBO Ibero-American Feature Film Award at the Miami Film Festival. It also won 2 Mexican Academy Awards and was nominated for several more. And we are really, really blessed to be presenting this film to you. And joining me in the conversation today is Katherine Negrin-Rosales, who's the president of the Kendall Student Government Association. Welcome, Katherine. And also joining us is the filmmaker of Los Lobos, Samuel Kishi. Welcome, Samuel.
Hi, Jay. Thank you so much for the invitation. It's a great honor to make this conversation with everybody.
Yes, thank you for joining us. So I'm collaborating here with Katherine on this conversation, but I just wanted to start off a couple of questions. First of all, Samuel, this is a very personal story and a very topical story about immigration into the United States. And I was wondering if you could tell us, in your journeys with the film, if there were any reactions along the way that particularly surprised you or moved you, or any kind of memorable interactions that you had with audiences with your film, in the course of its journey.
Yes, well, when we have the premiere in every film festival, I remember that in the Q&As, I was thinking that the only theme is gonna be the immigration drama. So for me, it was a very nice surprise that, yes, we talk about the immigration drama, but the people start to talking about his childhood, his family, the relationship with his mother, with his brother, and we receive a lot of comments about that. Hey, when I finish to look Los Lobos, I call my mother and say thanks. That kind of reactions was very, very surprising and very touching. Yeah.
That's I just got goosebumps when you said that. But that is, it is such a tender story, and it is partly an autobiographical story from what I understand. Could you talk a little bit about the characters and what they represent from your own life?
Well, Los Lobos, it's based on my own life. It's a semi-autobiographical film, and the genesis of the story was a little exercise, a writing exercise that I like to do, and the exercise is called I Remember. So I write I remember, and the first sentence appears in my head. I remember when I was a little boy. I loved to play soccer with my friends in the high school. And another thing, I remember when I was 5 years old, my mother took us, to my brother and I, to live to Santana, California, looking for a better life. We only have these little toys and a couple of clothes, and my mother makes a promise. We're gonna go to Disney sometime in this trip. My mom, she is a very intelligent woman, so she has in that time she has this little recorder, cassette recorder. So he has to leave us in this little apartment in company of this recorder. So she record stories, English lessons, the rules of the house, and talk with my brother and with me and tell us, if you miss me, put play to the recorder, guys. So that was the genesis about that. I write this and I say, I don't know, this is a story for a film, or maybe I have to go to therapy and work with with my therapist about and talk about this, or I don't know, maybe both. So I start to write, and then everything is like it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and then we have a film. Let's do this. Let's make this, build these bridges with the producer in the Mexico City. Let's make these bridges with the producers also in the United States, and let's tell the story.
I love it.
It's very inspiring, Samuel. Very, very inspiring. And this film is being screened in Miami, a city made up of many immigrants. To what extent do you believe the movie accurately portrayed the story of immigrants compared to in other films?
Well, the approach of Los Lobos it's a different approach of an immigration story. Well, in Mexico, we do a lot of films about immigration, and a lot of topic is the trip. The trip in La Bestia, the trip in the train to crossing Mexico to the border, and these dramas with the police borders. But Los Lobos, when I was writing this, I remember I was thinking about what happened when you go and stay in this new place. Okay, you cross this drama in the trip, but what else when you find your new home? What kind of dramas? What kind of approaching? Really, this is Disney. So that questions are chasing me all the time. So Los Lobos, yes, it's an immigration drama, but also it's a coming of age. This is the other approach of the film, and also it makes this question that when an empty and cold place, you can feel with warm, and you can say, this is my home. So yes, when I was writing with Sofia Gomez Cordova and Luis Briones, the co-writers of the film, we're talking about how we can make this story more universal. In the coming of age, I think it's a good point to make it universal. So Los Lobos is also the story of Max, this little fellow who believes, no, who understands the drama of his own mother in the process, and who was his father. So when Max understands that, he grow up a little. Also, Leo, the little one, the little brother, he has his own coming of age. A little one. When he's with Leo, with his shoelaces. When Leo makes his own shoelaces, it's like a little step to make, I don't know, a more mature, but he at least he don't bother his mom with, mom, make my own shoelaces. So yeah, I think that's the particular story about this making universal Los Lobos.
That's amazing. That's truly amazing. Now, you speak a lot towards the theme park of the Disneyland. How does the American dream correlate that to the family?
Well, for me, the theme park. Well, I'm gonna go a little back about when we are writing the first draft of the film. In the first draft, the family they go to Disney. They can go to Disney, and in the ending it was a little different. But for me, was we are thinking about no the theme park. It's gonna be more little. It's gonna be like more rustic, and it's, we don't care if it's a big theme park. We care that it's little, because the important thing is that the family is his own Disney. They find his place with this little theme park. We don't care Disney about. We care about we're together. So that's really important, and that's an approaching about the immigration drama too, and universal drama. We have to stay together. We have to make our relations more stronger.
Amazing, amazing. It's so inspiring and so special how you correlate that within your own life. Now, Samuel, how would you compare your experiences with what the characters experienced in the film?
Well, it's very similar, but we don't have a Mr. and Mrs. Chang. When we moved to Santana, California, we hear a lot of English, and we hear Cambodian, not Chinese, Cantonese. It was different. But for me, was really, really important, even in my own story and Los Lobos' story, that language doesn't matter. The language of the looking into our eyes, the humanity of understand our own dramas, even with the if we don't understand the language or the barriers of the language, for me was more important. That so I can understand that when I was a little boy, because yes, we find bad people, but we find a lot of good people too. A lot of good people who help us, and they understand us, and that's the similar of the topic in Los Lobos. So yeah, it's very similar, the approach about that. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your generosity today, Samuel, and going deeper into this beautiful film with us. Thank you, Katherine, for your collaboration. I just want to thank all the students at Kendall campus for tuning in to see Los Lobos, and just to remind you that this is the power of the Spanish Film Club, and the power of Miami Film Festival is this opportunity to interact with the artist that made the film, and to gain a deeper understanding and appreciation of it. It's one of the great blessings of this process. So thank you again, Samuel. Thank you, Katherine, and enjoy the rest of the Spanish Film Club series.
Yeah, thank you, Jaie. Thank you, Katherine.
Thank you so much for being here, Samuel. We really appreciate you coming here, and we're very excited for this screening.
Yeah. Ooh.